Hey folks, I'm here at the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship stage, if you will, and the exhibit behind. What I'd like to do is to go booth to booth and kind of check out what each of the vendors has, as their coolest thing they want to display. So let's start over here at the Yak Attack booth. We got John Hipsher, who looks like he's busy at work.
What's going on? Trying to take care of some business.
Let's pull away from your emails here for a little bit and show me. Give me 2 minutes of your coolest, newest stuff.
So we kind of walk through the booth. I think most of this, I don't have too many. I think crazy new products. I would say kind of a new one that we haven't really shown anyone from the Yak Attack side is actually right over here. Is going to be kind of an adapter, kind of a piece of the puzzle to whether it's a fish finder mount or whether it's one of our rod holders or whether it's a Torqeedo throttle mount. It's going to give you a little bit different adjustment, kind of left to right adjustment in those type of accessories. So
show us it in motion.
So for something like this, instead of having kind of inline, all you get is kind of a front to the back adjustment. Then you also have that horizontal. This is going to throw in a kind of a whole different level where if you want to have it inboard or outboard, or you're able to get kind of a totally different pivot and angle out of that 90-degree pivot. So that one's kind of a cool, you can see it right there, kind of a cool little feature where if you adjust this, you can still get adjustments on the angle of your rod tube there. And then this is where you're truly going to get that side-to-side movement. So kind of cool for something. I don't have it mounted on this Torqeedo mount, but that would give you the ability to take it inside the gunnel of the boat or outside, but take it inside to really have that room for your paddle stroke if you ever got in that situation or needed it. So that one's going to be brand new for us. Really haven't even talked about it until this show. So no one's seen it, and you guys are some of the first to see it. So definitely a new one for us you can check out pretty soon.
Cool. Thanks, John.
Yeah, man.
All right, we're over here with Stormy at the Dakota Lithium booth. So what do you got?
What do we got? We're going to show you the Power Box, man. Now the Power Box is 3.1 pounds, small, compact, light. Comes with 2 USB ports, a voltage meter, 12 volt plug-in. Those close up. This is your main power on and off the box. Big 2 LED flashlights.
Beautiful.
This toggles on, powers the post, so you can use a U-post connector, or if something breaks, you wrap it around, tighten it down. All connected, all seamless, fuse protected, watertight case.
Very cool.
The Dakota Power Box, brother.
Nice. Thanks, man.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Okay, we're at the NuCanoe booth, and we're going to get a bow to stern tour of a really nicely rigged NuCanoe Flint.
What's up, guys? Hey, so this is the Flint, right? It's our newest model. It's been out for a little while now. So it's 11.4 inches, and we'll just kind of walk about our stern. So we got the Anchor Wizard bracket on it right now. All you're doing is popping the screws off of the handle, and it goes right into there.
I saw Blake's install video on that. He does a really nice job with the install videos.
Him and Robbie Anderson, who's the guy, the brain behind a lot of this stuff. They just kind of think so far out of the box. You get some really awesome, simple designs like this.
Yep,
so.
it's a nice one.
Yeah, so you get the Anchor Wizard bracket. You come back, and then obviously you got your rod tip protectors for keeping those tips from getting broken. You can't see much of it right now. We've got a Ketch board in it right now. This is the measuring stick channel, right? It fits either a hog trough or a Ketch board, right?
Nice.
And it's just one of those features that is super simple, but it makes a lot of sense, and it's a huge selling point for people on the boat. This is why I bought one, actually.
Nice.
So the Ketch board just kind of goes in there. Hangs out, and then we'll move forward. So this was probably our newest add-on to it right now. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this dashboard off the top so you can see it better. We've got our dashboard sitting on top of our Flint console right now, just because it's a really nice look, and it's one way to maximize your space. But I'm going to take it off so we can talk about the console real quick. So, this is a flight console, and you know, let's just kind of go back on there. I won't do it right now, but it just mounts to the tracks up underneath here, and got these two little things right here. You pull it back, and it gives you a way to store more stuff in a kayak that doesn't actually have a front edge, right? So you can put extra Plano boxes in here, what have you, you know, kind of whatever you want to do with it.
And just mounting surfaces as well for,
yeah.
You got the track there. The
track, they pre-drill a lot of different holes to maximize the amount of things you can mount on it without having to drill into the starboard.
Nice.
And that's another reason that when NuCanoe makes their own accessories, they usually come out amazing.
Nice.
So.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Eric. I'm from a company out of Pittsburgh called Anglr. We are bringing logbooks back. We turn your phone into a high-powered fishing electronic that lets you track your fishing journeys and all your memories easily and automatically. Simply turn on the Anglr app, press play, and we'll track your trip path, all your catch and waypoint coordinates. We gather all the water and weather data in the background for you so that you can pattern your information, catch more fish, and all that information is tracked privately. You can go to to either the App Store or the Google Play Store, download the app for free, install it, set it up. We also offer the Anglr Bullseye. As you imagine, most anglers don't want to drop an $800 iPhone off their boat and to the bottom of the lagoon they're fishing in. The Bullseye allows you to mark your waters. One, catch marks a waypoint, what marks a catch. Two, presses marks a waypoint, and you never have to pull out your phone out of your pocket, so you save it from the depths. The Bullseye retails for $29.99. We also have some awesome merchandise. We're selling them here at the show, and but you can go to anglr.com to learn more. Check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, and tight lines, guys. Appreciate the time.
Okay, at the Anchor Wizard booth, and so it's a product that I've enjoyed for a long time, and I wanted to find out, what do you got? Anything that's new this year?
We have a couple new things going on, a lot of mounts that we're building. A little bit of the NuCanoes, and then we also have a Bonafide mount that we're working on currently. I guess I can show you a little bit like that. We'll go down to the Bonafide and check it out.
Okay.
So on the front of the Bonafide here, what we're going to do is we're going to utilize basically the two channels here. We want you to still be able to use your handle, so we're going to create a bracket that comes out, squares up, comes back into here, and also make it to where you can just pick up, twist your system around, put it down, so when you slide it into the back of your truck, you're not going to run into any problems with breaking your chute. You can use your handle still. You can utilize tying your kayak down without our system getting in the way, and that's kind of what we're bringing to the market this year. We're still going to utilize the crank itself to mount to a track, but the chute is probably the most ideal or most complicated unit to mount to the track, so that's what we're going to go for this year.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
All right, thank you.
Cool. I am at the Primal booth. Primal is the new name for Easy Mount.
Yeah.
You're still really officially Easy Mount, but we're going with Primal as
well, it's Easy Mount LLC DBA Primal. So we're Primal, but you know.
So Primal is a Torqeedo dealer, and Daniel is going to show us his cool new stuff.
Okay. So this is the Mach 2. Basically what we have here is an inline unit that houses the power pole and the Torqeedo, and this motor mount only works with the Torqeedo. So it installs with 4 bolts. So the same 4 bolts that you attach your power pole to the kayak with are the same 4 that's going to hold it. You'll put the slipstream on there, drop the main bracket for the power pole in there, your 4 bolts, and you're done. On the back, this is kind of where the magic happens. So you can put this motor mount in full throttle reverse. So you can take your Torqeedo and go full throttle reverse, and all it's going to do is that. It'll wiggle about that much. But if you strike something, it'll lift.
How does that work?
So you remove so that's a quick release so that you can take your motor in and out. But basically the way we did it is there's stainless steel ball detents in there. So these are basically the same thing you might have on a closet door at home. The only difference is they're stainless steel.
Pushes in.
Yep. It just recesses in there.
Got it.
So we went through, I can't tell you how many of these little things, trying to figure out the perfect amount of pressure. Because if it's too strong, it doesn't lift when you strike something. And if it's too light, well, then when you put it in reverse, it just lifts itself right out of the water.
Nice.
But it's just the right amount of pressure. It'll hold it when you're in reverse, but it'll lift if you strike it. And let's say you want to leave this on there, but you don't want to leave your motor on there. Well, that quick release pin right there is just a matter of pulling it and it comes out. The whole thing comes off. So one of the other features that we built into this is, and I'm going to remove the arms here once again just so I can show you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave them in place. So anybody who's ever had a power pole knows there's times that it gets stuck in the down position. Sometimes that's because you lose power. Sometimes that's because the muds get a really tight grip on it, right? Well, on this one, you can throw the lever so it releases its grip, right? So if it's in the tight position, it won't move, but you can kick that over. And then this can move, this can rotate 180 degrees all the way down. So it's not deployed right now, but if it was, what happens?
Well, let's get it down.
Okay, will it go in there? Oh, I didn't know you could just force it in.
Yeah, you
okay.
can.
Okay.
He didn't have a battery, so we're doing this as
manually.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So if it's down and it's stuck, you can throw that lever,
yep,
and then you can rotate it forward, and you can go almost.
And then from that angle, that's a lot easier to reach from your seat than actually trying to crawl all the way back there. That's why you're doing it. I got it.
So you got a lot of range in there so that it can move. And then you can see down on the inside.
That little U-shaped indentation.
Yep.
Specifically.
And then we've mirrored that here too, because the shaft on your pole is going to move. When you're anchored, it flexes back and forth with the kayak. So you've got a lot of room in there for it to move.
Nice.
Yep.
Smart design, man.
Thank you, sir. So.
And you got I see the V-Force steering triangle here. How's that doing?
So this is the most efficient steering bracket on the market right now. You can get a kayak to turn 180 degrees on its axis with any steering bracket out there. What this does is you have to move your steering, whether it's your foot pegs or the ripcord or whatever it is, you don't have to move it very far. I'll show you the ripcord in a second. But this will spin a kayak 180 degrees on its nose at speed, so 5.5 miles an hour. Now, why you would want to do that, I have no idea.
Because it's fun.
It is fun. It's fun and it's stupid. I had a pro staffer who was going to try it, and I said, you better be ready because it's aggressive. And he's 5.5 miles an hour with his Torqeedo. He hammered his left foot pedal, and it dug the back end of the kayak in all the way up to the seat.
Underwater.
Yeah, and it almost ejected him from the kayak. So it's fun. It's a little stupid, but the reason you would want the ability to do that, let's say you're in a really tight cove or you're in a river, you can push your pedal all the way to one side, ease into the throttle, and turn your kayak 180 degrees on its axis, so right there. Nice. So that's one of the nice things about it. This is our new product that we're really emphasizing this year. This is the ripcord. So anybody that's used foot pedals knows that they stick. No matter how good you take care of them, no matter how clean you keep them, they're going to stick at times, and there's a little pressure that you have to put on it. Well, these, they sit right behind your seat. So you want them basically at your hips. And basically it works just like a parachute. It's a matter of a couple of inches, and check it out. It'll go 180 degrees just by moving your fingers a couple of inches.
So it's fairly sensitive.
Yeah, and it's smooth as glass too. It's like butter. So it's that's one of the new ones that we've released along with the Mach 2. And then the Hydro Shield's coming in here in a few weeks.
Right on.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yep. We're going to get you one so you can test it out.
Right on. Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks.
My good buddy Tim Perkins has a long-term relationship with Redline Lure Company, which used to be, what was it called before?
Premier League Lures.
Okay. And these spinnerbaits are his favorite. He's got me using them. What I love about them is that shape, especially for river fishing. It's sort of like a banana-shaped head. Comes through the rocks really good. But I'm going to let Ricky here tell you a little bit more about what he's got here.
All right, we got of course, the fade blades.
What's the fade blade?
Fade blade is a two-tone blade. It's faded from gold to silver. It's hard to see in here because of the lights.
Yeah, I can see it. This part is gold, and that part is silver.
And it fades to silver. And it just gives a different flash in the water from say from your standard gold or nickel blades. Of course, over here we just got the standard gold and nickel. This is our Pro Series, which is a good bait also. This bait here was actually used in 1997 to win the Bass Federation National Championship here on the Red River.
Nice.
Of course, the tail kickers also. Good
What are
schooling.
these?
Tail kickers. These are a tail spinner, basically tail spinner. The way it works is you take your line, run it through the body of the bait.
Keep pulling out and kind of show. I don't think it shows it in the.
Yeah, it's hard to see it.
But you got
But you run your line through and tie your treble hook onto it.
I see a hole.
Yeah.
Where it's coming out. It's hard to focus on.
It's probably, you can see it probably a little better on that.
Yep. So it goes, line goes through it, attaches to the other side, and
right.
you got the treble hook that it attaches
right.
to.
Mm-hmm. And what happens when the fish hits it? The fish hits it, and the lead will run up the line. It keeps the fish from
they're not
throwing the bait. Right.
Nice.
So other than that, we got jigs and buzz baits.
A couple buzz baits. I know there's a couple people out there right now that are on a buzz bait and bite. So
okay, hopefully maybe the guy that just had to have one the other night, maybe he's catching them on it. So
good.
So
cool.
That's about it.
Thanks, Ricky.
All right, buddy.
Hey guys, Jameson Redding with NRS here at the KBF National Championship in Louisiana. And we have the new redesigned Chinook, the new Champion bib, and the new redesigned Burial hoodie from NRS that are all 3 new items this year. And some of the redesigns on the Chinook are awesome. We had a lot of input from the team on this guy, so we have like a nice place to store your pliers right on the pocket. Now the knife attachment point is canted just a little bit, and what that allows is if you have the knife, you're free to unzip and zip this pocket no problem. It's cut and fits a lot tighter. Plus you've got a nice place to tuck these in so they're not just flapping and hitting you in the face. On the back, it's got the high back system and pads on the shoulders here as well. So the high back system allows it to clear most of the higher back seats that we have on kayaks now. So it's really form-fitting, really great option, and just an improvement over the Chinook, which has been our best-selling PFD. Also, we've got the new Champion bib. Ron Champion had a lot to do with the input on this design, and it's just a great way to, if you get out there and you get into a rainstorm, you can quickly put it on. It's a full zip system, so it'll zip all the way down, easy to put on over your existing clothes. No problem. It also pairs nice with the Champion jacket. And then the Burial hoodie. We've had the Burial hoodie for a while, but some improvements in material here, and also improvements in the face shield. You'll see the vented piece around your mouth and nose, so that allows it not to fog up your sunglasses quite as much. And it's just a great fitting technical piece that's going to keep the sun off of you but not get too hot. So definitely check out those new items from NRS.
Okay, I'm at the FishUSA booth, and FishUSA has really taken on an aggressive sort of growth in terms of really catering to the kayak fishing market. And I'm gonna let Brandon talk a little bit about how much growth you guys have had in terms of which products, which brands, what product categories you guys are getting into now. So fishing specific.
Yep. So I'm Brandon, the kayak fishing specialist at FishUSA, and at FishUSA we've really taken a strong approach into the growth of the sport of kayak fishing. We're really dedicated to a lot of the larger brands, and we have dedicated a retail space at our FishUSA facility strictly to a kayak fishing outpost that you can have all of your installations done, anything from Torqeedos to anchor trolleys to motor mounts. And we carry the larger variety of brands such as Yak Attack, Yak Gear, those brands, as well as it's becoming a one-stop shop for kayak fishing and all of your kayak fishing accessories and baits that you're going to be using while you're on the water. So,
cool. Where is the outpost?
The outpost is The outpost is located at 6960 West Ridge Road in Fairview, Pennsylvania, just right outside of Erie. And like I said, you can come and get all of your kayak accessories, kayaks, plus all of your fishing lures and essentials. So it's really become a one-stop shop.
Cool. sounds like a good plan to make plans for a trip up to Erie, catch a nice big smallmouth, and check out their new kayak fishing outpost. Brandon, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
So we're back at my booth, the Torqeedo booth, and I'm going to talk about this product here. This is the updated travel motor. We have had the Travel 1003 for, Steve, how many years? How old is the 1003?
I came out with the 1003 in 2010.
Okay, and how many units worldwide?
Worldwide, we're approaching 100,000 units worldwide.
Nice. So what is different about this one is that it is a direct drive motor. If you know the Travel 1003 and you look at this pylon, you can see that it's much bigger. The other big part of that is that you don't hear any of the reduction gear whine. This is a silent motor, basically. The other upgrades you have are the skeg itself is a molded part of the body. So that's a metal skeg instead of a plastic one that'll break off. In my testing, this propeller has done exceptionally well with the grass. And, it's just been, a more powerful motor, a quieter motor, and, it has a lot of durability improvements. So the Travel 1003 still exists, and you can still get that, but the Travel 1103 comes out in May. I'm going to switch gears, and we're going to talk ultralight with this gentleman. This is Trey Leach of Innovative Sportsman. And what I'd like you to do, Trey, is just to go to the 2 custom mounts that you have here at the show that you've done, and talk about the future mounts that you're going to tackle next.
Okay. Recently we've been working on the Blue Sky and the Feel Free Lure brand of kayaks. We're trying to make all kayaks available to use with the new mount, the A mount that has the 4-bolt pattern.
So basically, you got a lot of boats out there. Like we have the Bonafide here that has the 4-bolt pattern, but some boats don't have the flat space or the 4-bolt pattern, and that's what you're creating here.
Yes, the Feel Free Lure kayaks have a track system on the back, and what we've done is adapted a mounting plate that goes to the track system on the back, and also has a foot to carry the load of the weight of the motor and when it's under power. We try to make everything that it's a simple install, limited tools, a no drill process, so anybody can do it. So this one we just finished up production on, and it's getting ready, or we finished up the testing on it, and it's going into production next week. The Blue Sky, we've been working on this one. We're still doing some finishing touches on it, but we've made the Blue Sky mount work with the stick steering that is a standard feature on the Blue Sky. That is for the rudder, but we've taken the rudder off and we put it on the motor itself. We put the stick steering on the motor, and we still have the raise feature that is standard with the rudder, but we've actually converted it over to work with the motor to get the motor completely out of the water. The throttle mount on this one is right on the side of the seat here, and it's mounted with a Yak Attack Torqeedo throttle mount. And then we've got the reverse lock on this side, and it's just ran down underneath, and it works with the 403 reverse lock.
Nice. So what's next? Which kayaks? I know you've been talking with a lot of different kayak anglers at the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship. People are asking you, hey, what about this boat? What about that boat?
Yep.
What's on the horizon? Which models?
We've got the Vibe Sea Ghost. We've got one of them we're going to be working on real soon, and we've also got NuCanoe. We've got a NuCanoe Pursuit. We're gonna work up something for that, and the Old Town Predator is the next one after that.
Nice.
So we've met quite a few people down here, and it's been good to speak with everybody and see what mounts that we need to make.
Perfect. Thanks, Trey.
Yep.
All right, so what we're showing here is our new 8-circuit switcher. And the new 8-circuit switcher comes with a wireless keypad, so there's no wire that runs between here and here. It's strictly RF and Bluetooth. It's got 8 circuits, so you got your bow, midship, stern, accessory 1, accessory 2, accessory 3. But more importantly is we have a nav light. So when you hit your nav light, it turns green, puts all your nav on. Hit it a second time, it puts you in anchor mode, so only your anchor light is on. Third time, turns it off, so that meets a Coast Guard nav function.
Nice.
But because it's Bluetooth, we also have the ability to fully control the system with our mobile app. So I can turn my lights on and off, turn the system on and off, and the new 8-circuit system has last memory mode, so whatever was previously on when you turned it off, when you turn it back on, it turns those circuits back on.
Perfect.
You want me to show you our 360-degree light?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is a new 360-degree safety light powered accessory pole, and it's modular like a tent pole, so all the pieces come apart, and the bag of course comes off and becomes your storage bag where you can put all the components, including the light comes off. So the way it mounts is you have a fixed mount that we put onto the kayak. It's got a plug, so when it's not in use you can seal it off. When you want to put your pole in, you have a sleeve that slides in here to give the pole support, and then your pole basically assembles like a tent pole. All right, we've got include a GoPro or light camera mount. So we've got a USB port integrated into it. So now when this is on here and the circuit's energized, you're going to be able to have the ability to connect your GoPro camera. Make sure it's in here. There we go. You have the ability to connect your GoPro camera or spotlight or what have you and keep it energized and turn it on and off with our switching system. And it's also configurable, so if I just want a short pole, if I'm going out, then I can just put my light here and now I've got a short light pole. So the whole thing is modular and made to be able to use it for whatever your purpose. If you're just day fishing, then you can just put your GoPro, this will slide in here, you can put your GoPro at the top and it becomes a GoPro pole or an action camera pole without having to have a 360-degree light, but still the safety flag. And our other new item is our new spotlight that we've got mounted here. And the new spotlight comes with both your action camera style mount where y'all can pop it out similar to you do your GoPro camera, as well as it has a T-nut that's included with it if you want to put it on your accessory rail. It comes with USB, and it comes with our SAE to USB charging dongle, so you get two products in one. Meaning, if during the day, I can plug this into my power port on my boat. I'll get it backwards. You can see the USB is on. Now I've got a USB port where I can keep my phone charged, my action camera charged, whatever I want. Then when night falls or in the morning, if I need light, I just plug in my spotlight, and the spotlight has 3 modes. Right now it's on high. It's also got SOS, so if I were to be in distress on the water, I can click at the SOS mode and it'll put off an SOS pattern. Obviously off, and then dim. So that's the 3 modes. But it also, like the other switching system, it'll remember last mode. So if I turn the switch off, I've turned the light off, when I turn it back on, it remembers last mode. So I don't have to crawl to the front of my kayak to switch the mode or to turn the product on and off. It's an example of the 8-circuit switcher in the kayak.
Okay, we're at the Jackson kayak booth, and Jameson, who just showed us stuff over at the NRS booth, is going to talk to us about what's new with Jackson.
Yeah, so we have a few new boats to buy, and I don't have it here, but what I want to talk about that I have here is the Flex Drive E, so the E-Drive system. Basically, if you're familiar with our product, our Flex Drive had pedals that go right here. So what we wanted to do was develop a motor head that you could literally just transition and drop right into where the pedals go. So the pedals go right here, but now you can get the motor head, take the pedals off with the 2 thumb screws, drop it right into place, replace the 2 thumb screws, engage your drive, put the key in, and you've got power. Got full forward and reverse control on this unit. We're running this one currently with a 24 volt 22 amp hour battery that's going to give you 2 hours at full speed, which is about 4.5 miles per hour. So 7.5 mile to 8 mile range at full speed, and as you back down, of course, that range increases dramatically. So that's really about a full day of fishing. So get to your spot, troll around all day, and still have enough power to get back with that battery. The cool thing, and probably the biggest advantage with this, is that you can use any battery, 12 volt or 24, lithium or deep cycle. And so you can really adjust that range and price point however you want to do it, and wire it up however you like. So check it out from Jackson Kayak. It will also work on the Blue Sky Boatworks flex drive as well. Over here we've got the Blue Sky Boatworks Anglr 360, and I have this, this is a production or pre-production mount to be able to put a tiller handle or an outboard on the Blue Sky. It won't work on the front or the back, but I have the Travel 1003 on here. Right now I don't have the battery on it because I did lend that out to the camera crew. Then you need a little more power out on the water. But this motor combination is so awesome on this boat. I can push it 6.5, right at 6.4 miles per hour and have plenty of range. So if I back down into the 5 or 4 miles per hour, I'm still comparable to just about any other motorized kayak out there as far as speed goes, but my range is really great. And we've also worked to develop a few other things that will allow the motor to be steered from the actual seat itself. But this is a great option because you can drop it on, you can move it from boat to boat if you've got a little John boat or something, and it really allows you to utilize the Travel 1003 to its fullest potential.
So we're back at the Primal booth, and really, Daniel, you're sharing space with William of BRD Jet.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the skins that he offers.
So one of the most high profile thing that you're going to see out there are these skins from BRD Skins. They're not a wrap, they're technically a skin is what we call them. And the reason for that, a standard wrap on a car, it's 2 mil, and then the laminate, if they put a laminate on it, is 2 mil. So that's a total of 4 mil on the wraps. These, the laminate is 10.5, and the material itself is 3, so it's 13.5 mil thick. These things are made for impact for sure. I mean, UV resistant, damage resistance. You should be able to get 5 years out of these, no problem. Right now we've got them on Bonafides, obviously, because that's what you see here. Hobies. We've got Wilderness and NuCanoe coming very soon. And you can do them whether you do a stock one, a standard one, kind of like what you see here. We've got multiple, half dozen to a dozen designs that are, the standard designs, or you can do something more custom. Now, one of the beautiful things about this is for the guys who have sponsors out there, get in touch with BRD Skins or come through me, and we can do a custom kayak for you that has your logo on it and all of your sponsors on it. And you're in the $400 to $600 range for most kayaks.
This thing is the worst internal battery ever. I just plugged it in for like an hour and charged it like 5%.
The 12's a little tippy, but it's not going anywhere.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Jones with Bonafide and Yak Attack. Come to you guys to show you the brand new kit we're going to be coming out with very soon. This is going to be for any motor kits that you install on the Bonafide. This is a foot control steering kit. This is just going to give you the simple pieces you need to be able to run the tubing, the line, and be able to make your attachments on the foot controls to be able to steer with your feet directly to the motor. It's going to be coming out very soon. Keep your eye out on social media. We'll have it for you next time with pricing included. So with this kit, the most basic part right here is going to be an attachment that goes on the back side of the footrail. This is basically a thimble that is going to be able to allow, this is a tensioner. It's going to allow you to change the tension depending on your foot length to be able to make a nice simple adjustment. Very simple to install. You just run the line right through the existing foot pedal you have. There's a release lever on the back of this that goes from locked to unlocked. So you're going to put 2 screws on here, run your line through this cable onto the tensioner, set it where you need, and then you've got a sliding motion that's going to go on there. Now this is going to run directly in through the spectra line into the tubing provided in the kit. This tubing is going to run all the way back through the back of the motor. And depending on your setup, you can run it through a couple of different places. We already have little areas right here for the starters, so you can drill a hole right in and bring that tubing up right through both sides of right here, and then bring it up to your motor kit. So everything's included in the kit. You've got the lines, you've got the tubing, it's got all the instructions, everything you need. You can also find any of these on my video on YouTube on the Kayak Doctor under Bonafide SS127 with a rugged inline mount.